Hey guys, I wanted to take a minute before this video to say thanks for all the support over the past year plus a few months. It's been a lot of fun creating these videos, and the feedback from you all has been really motivating. I started Scary Mysteries as a way to help promote my video production company. So I invested my time into something that I had a lot of interest in and knew I could create on a consistent weekly basis. Now, I wasn't entirely sure what to expect from it, but the overwhelming positive feedback tells us we're doing something right, and I'm glad you enjoy it. Now, I know from the comments you guys want more videos on a regular basis, which we would love to do, but in order to do that, we need your help. It's not just me who works on these. Valerie is our talented writer, and Paolo is the editor who makes the cuts and creates the cool intro outros. So the three of us put a lot of time and effort into the whole process. We want to create a new series we'll put out on Wednesdays called Twisted Twos. So these would focus on two unrelated but crazy stories that deserve a more in-depth investigation than what they would get in a regular episode. I also want to do more on-site investigations and use our production equipment and skills to make mini documentary style videos similar to the one you're about to watch. We can conduct interviews with experts and visit places, talk to witnesses, and hear firsthand some crazy stories, which would be fun, and I know you would love to see that. So if you want us to create more, then please visit our Patreon page, which is linked in the description below. There's some cool giveaways. We've got shirts with original artwork, behind the scenes footage, live chats with me. You can have your own personalized video created, complete with a shout out to you, that will live on YouTube forever as well. We also have some shirts just in general you can purchase if you want to support us that way. We'll continue to create the original series every Sunday regardless of what happens, but I wanted to let you know that if we've entertained you, then there's a lot more we can be doing, and we really want to take this channel to the next level, so please consider supporting us. And let me know in the comments if you do, and I'll be sure to personally thank you. Now, enough of this. Enjoy the rest of the video. This is our investigation into the Eastern State Penitentiary. I was headed to Philadelphia for work and decided to go down a little early so I could check out one of the creepiest prisons in the United States, the Eastern State Penitentiary. It's located directly in the heart of Philadelphia, and it's been described as a city within a city. It opened in 1829 and closed down in 1971, and in its time housed some of America's most violent criminals. The most famous inmate was Al Capone, who spent 8 months there for carrying a concealed weapon. Women were a small but regular part of the inmate population from 1831 to 1923, as were children. This 12-year-old boy was booked on second-degree murder charges and put into the general population. It housed killers, mob hitmen, prolific robbers, and everything in between. At the time it was built, it was the largest and most expensive public structure ever made. It has massive stone walls on the outside that rise over 30 feet and extend another 10 feet underground and are 8 feet thick. In the middle, it's shaped like a wagon wheel, with the spokes making up the 7 separate cell blocks. Originally, inmates were to be housed individually in a cell as part of their punishment. Thick wooden doors on the inside with a heavy metal door on the outside kept out all sounds, and so every prisoner was essentially in solitary confinement at all times, which was thought to be the best way for them to rehabilitate. If left alone with only their thoughts about the crimes they committed, it was believed this would lead them to feel sorry about what they had done and profoundly change them from within. In order to keep the sense of isolation, inmates were hooded when they first came to jail and any time they ever left their cells. The guards and officers regularly doled out severe punishments to any inmates who were disobedient. Prisoners would be doused in water and left outside during the winter months. A device called the iron gag was one of the worst things an inmate could have used on them. This was a metal brace that was inserted into the mouth that had chains running from it to the prisoner's wrist. Any sort of movement or struggle from them would cause them to rip and tear the inside of their own mouths. Prisoners were put in dark cells which were underground and painted black throughout the interior to create a space that was completely pitch black. There were the Klondike cells that were built into its foundation. There were concrete tombs that inmates would spend several weeks in. Around the 1920s is when Eastern State Pen really began to become overcrowded. As a result, inmate violence against one another began to rise dramatically. There were several murders that occurred on the site, most the result of being killed by homemade weapons created by the prisoners themselves. The violence came to a head on January 8, 1961, when the biggest riot in the prison's history broke out. Over 800 inmates managed to break out of their cells and attempted to escape the prison. While many inmates and guards alike were severely injured, no one was actually killed, and eventually they did manage to bring order back inside. But the damage had been done, and the fact that the prison is located inside a major U.S. city was enough for it to be declared too much of a risk to have with all the people living just beyond its walls. Had they managed to escape that day, the city of Philadelphia would have been a very dangerous place to be in. Today, it's a museum and historical landmark that was a really great place to visit. You can walk around on your own or take a guided tour. So if this sort of place interests you, then definitely check it out the next time you're in Philadelphia. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to our channel, and every week we'll bring you a new Scary Mysteries video to enjoy. Thanks for watching, thank you for the support, and I'll see you next week.